So sourdough waffles, you have to start it pretty early.
Yeah, in fact the recipe says overnight.
Okay, so we're starting this at nighttime?
Yeah.
Before bed? And then you're gonna make them for brunch tomorrow?
Yes. Turn it on. Let it do its thing. Press tear just to be sure. Okay, we're good to go with that. Sourdough starter, milk, and flour all mixed together in a large bowl.
So that's what you're gonna do overnight?
Yes.
I fed the starter this morning.
Okay.
Because whenever we use our starter, we want it to have lots of bubbles and to be doubling in size.
Okay.
So how does our starter look?
Well, I think this morning it was like here.
It was, so it's more than doubled.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you need in there?
I need 960 grams.
Okay, let's do this. Okay,
That close enough?
close enough. Sourdough's kind of sticky, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's sourdough made out of?
Water?
And?
I'm thinking flour?
Yeah, water and flour. And it's gone sour, and we feed it each day.
Okay. Okay.
Next up, what do you need?
I need to put in my milk, which is 280 grams.
Is it?
I mean, no, sorry, 1,120 grams.
Why so much?
Because we're doing brunch for 9 people.
I think it's actually more than 9 because the teachers will be
Oh,
here too.
yeah, so that will be, let's see, music teacher, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 SCAs.
Probably. So
Oh,
for,
and then our sister-in-law, and then so that's like 7 plus 2, 9, which is 17 people, I think.
so a lot of people. So you're multiplying this recipe by how many times?
4.
How much milk do you need?
1,120 grams.
Okay, and we lucked out because this milk was on clearance,
Yes.
which was a really good price.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go. If you hit tear on your scale,
I was just about to ask that.
it's going to go back to 0.
So handy. Okay. We need 1,120. Is it gonna take the entire jug? Oh, that's only 18, sorry.
Confusing watching the numbers on that scale, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, close enough. And we're going to want to mix this together before we put the flour in there.
Just realized you could probably do like paper mache with your sourdough.
It's the same thing, it just hasn't fermented.
Seriously?
Well, paper mache hasn't gone sour, but it is flour and water.
Not start enough, or
So
does it?
sourdough is a natural yeast. So instead of using yeast, you're using sourdough, but you need to give it more time because it's natural. So it takes longer. That's why you have to do it overnight. How much flour do we need?
600 grams.
Okay, so let's put it on the scale.
I'm gonna let that sit there.
And then we're going to tear it again to put the scale back to 0, even though there's a big weight on it. And then we're going to weigh out the flour. So is this your first time doing sourdough?
No, I helped Mom a little bit last week with it. Like with just the making the waffle part. So this will be like my first time doing it from the beginning to the end.
So you got a little bit of a run through, but now...
It's like the full thing.
Do you think that helps with your confidence?
Probably. Mostly.
You'll let us know at the end of the project if it helps.
Yeah.
You need the lid on there?
Mm-hmm.
It has to be on
Loosely.
loosely so that any air can get out. to keep it in a place where it's not going to get too cold.
Okay.
So we're going to leave it on this counter overnight.
Okay.
So that it can grow and do its bubble and toil and trouble and do its thing. And then tomorrow...
Work its magic.
Work its magic, yeah. And then tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to mix up all the other ingredients
Okay.
and start cooking.
What time do I have to be up at for making like 40 or more waffles?
We're
for
gonna
brunch?
we're gonna do it for brunch. So when school starts at 9 o'clock, when the other teachers are here to work with everybody else,
That's when I start.
that's when you're gonna be
cooking.
doing your cooking.
See you in the morning. Good night. I'll be back in the morning.
You're back.
Good morning, everybody.
So are you ready to get these waffles underway?
Yes.
So what's the plan today?
So the plan for today to start off is make the whipped cream.
Okay.
That way I can get it done. It can just sit in the fridge and while I do everything else. Second is going to make the strawberry syrup. And then that way it can get done and then I can leave it on the stovetop for on a low setting and then I just have to worry about the waffles.
Sounds good. You got a plan, you're pacing yourself. We're ready to go.
Okay.
So we need to pour the whipping cream into your glass container.
All of it
All of it. We need a lot of whipping cream.
for a lot of hungry people. Do you prefer this kind of whipping cream or the other stuff?
This type
Mm-hmm.
is cheaper,
Mm-hmm.
and you have control about how much sugar you're going to put into it.
Okay.
So there's benefits to both.
Okay.
The stuff in the can is easy and it's done, but you need to know how to do both.
Okay.
So you're going to get your mixer and you're going to turn it on a high speed and start mixing. The thing with whipping cream
Yeah.
is if you overmix it, guess what it's going to be?
Play-Doh? Dough.
Butter.
Butter?
Yes. You've made butter before.
I have.
Yes.
On the highest setting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's starting to thicken up.
Okay.
We need a teaspoon of vanilla in there and probably 2 teaspoons of icing sugar, and that should make it sweet enough. So that's looking good. Can you
Okay.
take the beaters off the mixer, tap them on the side, put some plastic wrap over the top of that bowl, get it in the fridge. So we have a bag of frozen strawberries.
Yep.
Normally we like to use fresh fruit for this, but this time of year, fresh fruit's kind of expensive.
Very.
So we are going to use frozen berries.
Okay.
So I would like you to put all of them in this pot.
Got them all.
And then we're going to put it on the stove at a medium temperature. We're going to stir it occasionally.
Okay, I'll go ahead with this.
I'd use a wooden spoon, and you can leave it in there and not worry about the handle getting hot. And it's going to take a few minutes to warm up, so you can start getting ready for your waffles.
Okay.
I'd like you to look at your recipe and do all the math because we're multiplying it by 4 for everything. 6 times 4,
It's 24.
was it?
I think so.
Okay, you're doing it.
So what's the difference between egg whites and egg yolks? Like, are they like 2 different things? Like,
Well, have you ever cracked an egg?
yes, but
And do you see a white part? And a yellow part?
there's like the little bit of white part that comes out, but the rest of it, like just
You have to separate them.
I have to separate it.
Mm-hmm. This is probably the hardest part.
12/16. So I could use 1 cup and 1/4 to make it, right?
So you're going to use cups and it's teaspoons? So do you think your math teacher is doing the face palm like, oh no, what's she doing? So you have
I bet you
Three.
he's going like this.
3 teaspoons and 2 teaspoons.
I bet he's whacking his head on the table.
You think so? I am going to demonstrate how to separate an egg.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So we're going to crack our egg. We want the white part,
Mm-hmm.
the clear part here, and the yolk in here. So we open it,
Okay.
and the white part is falling in, and we're holding the yolk in half of the eggshell.
Okay.
Then we are going to pour the yolk over here,
Okay.
okay? Till we get most of the whites into this bowl.
Okay.
This bowl cannot have any yolk. This bowl can have yolk, and it can have a little bit of white. It doesn't matter,
Okay.
okay?
So what happens if a little bit of yolk gets into the...
Then this isn't going to whip up properly.
Okay.
You can do it. Remember, it's okay if there's a bit of white with the yolk. It's the yolk that you're trying to protect.
Okay, that good?
Yeah.
Super messy and sticky.
Okay, with this recipe, we've multiplied it by 4 because it keeps really well. So when there's extras, it's nice that you can just pop them in the toaster afterwards. Description, we're going to leave the recipe for one single recipe.
Okay.
'Cause most people probably don't want to eat as much as we do. And they're probably not feeding like 20 people for brunch today. Last one?
Yep.
The good thing is you had to do so many, you got practice, and now you know how to separate an egg. It's a new skill.
Yep. That just looks weird.
Okay.
Okay, you go into there. There.
You need 24 tablespoons of butter.
So we have this handy dandy thing that Mom found. I don't know where she found it, but it has everything from ounces, tablespoons, teaspoons, grams, milliliters, like every single measurement. So if we just put the elastic band on it for how many ever tablespoons we need, it'll give us all the way around onto how much we need.
So it would be easier to measure in cups, wouldn't it?
Yes, so cups, it would be 1.5 cups of butter.
So you need to melt 1.5 cups of butter.
Alrighty, 1.5 for the big. Don't you just love the wrapper on butter? Gives you all the measurements you need.
It is handy that the butter has some measurements. Your butter is melting, your egg yolks are in there, your egg whites are separated.
Yep.
So how much salt do you need?
3.
3 what?
3 teaspoons. Wait, am I doing teaspoons? Yes. Here, right here.
Yes. Three teaspoons, and how much baking soda?
2.
2 what?
2 teaspoons.
Sounds like your butter's ready to go in there.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Let's take a look at it.
So like you pour it in slowly, like not all in one spot, because you don't want to cook your dough. Mix it in a bit and then get the rest in. Okay, now add the rest. Now if it's stirred up,
Okay.
then you need to beat your egg whites.
And it looks like bubbly soap. Okay, so once the white's heated up,
And see if it makes does it stay in a peak like a mountain?
Yes.
So that means it's a peak, right?
Okay.
So then we're going to fold this gently into the batter.
Okay.
Because this is full of bubbles and air.
Okay.
So we want it folded into there so that your waffles are light and fluffy.
Okay.
So we're going to put it in and just fold it gently into it. It's looking good. Okay. Then we're going to be able to bake it.
Okay.
So your batter is all mixed up. You're waiting for your waffle irons to heat up. So let's look at your strawberries. They're cooking down. And it's kind of runny, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I would like you to put 2 tablespoons of cornstarch into this cup here.
Okay.
Then we're going to put a bit of water in there and dissolve it all. And strawberries are typically very sweet, right?
Yeah.
So we're not going to need to add any sugar to those strawberries. We dissolve cornstarch in cold water because if you were to put it into your hot sauce here, it would come out very lumpy and it wouldn't dissolve. So we dissolve it first in cold water and then we add it in, and then as it cooks it's going to thicken up your sauce. So if it's smooth, pour it in.
Okay.
And then we will continue to stir occasionally.
Okay. Let's stir it quickly.
And I bet your waffle irons are ready to start cooking your waffles.
This one's ready.
Okay. So we have done some practice with this, haven't we?
Yes.
So this part isn't new to you.
No, everything else was. Okay.
So you are ready to cook these waffles.
1 and a bit.
I really like these waffle irons because they're double-sided,
Exactly.
which
Means I can cook 4 at a time.
So you're stirring up your strawberries again. Have you noticed a change in them?
Yeah, it's a bit thicker now.
So
It's not
is
as...
it a nice consistency for going over top of a waffle?
Yep.
Or how do we know when your waffles are ready?
When the ready thing goes green.
The light will come back on and it'll be ready? Okay. Onto a cookie sheet and keep them warm in the oven. A little bit of mental health break. Dog's gonna help you?
Yep.
Good thing she's training to be a service dog.
Yep.
Are you doing your job? Are you helping? Feeling better?
Yep.
How has the service dog training been going?
We've done 1 class and it's every 2 weeks, so I think it's going okay.
It's going well so far?
Yeah.
Which dog are you training?
I'm working with Sadie while Mom works with Daisy.
But you work with Daisy for other things.
Yep.
So what kind of things did you do in service dog training so far?
So we've worked on recall with touch, look, and leave it.
Okay. And then you also do some other work with dogs. What kind of things are you doing with your other trainer?
I'm working with using hand signals, sitting nicely at the door for when people come, and waiting on a platform for when people walk in the door.
Which class do you like best so far?
I don't know. I haven't done enough of the service dog stuff to make a full.
Do you enjoy doing all the dog training?
Mm-hmm. Our music teacher is looking forward to lunch because she was going to bring banana bread, but she forgot it at home.
Okay, good thing you're making her something.
Mm-hmm.
So how was today's cooking?
Overall, it was pretty good.
Okay. What new skills did you learn in cooking today?
I learned how to separate egg yolks from egg whites, and I also learned how to fold the whites in with batter.
And you learned how to whip the egg whites into a meringue.
Mm-hmm. And learned how to make whipped cream.
Pretty good day. You learned quite a few things.
Yep.
Do you think you'd make this again?
Probably.
How did the waffles taste that Cheyenne made?
Good.
Were they really good?
Yeah.
Do you think she should make them all the time?
Yeah.
Our viewers haven't seen you in a little while.
Yeah.
What happened to your feet?
I got my cast.
You have 2 casts?
Yes.
What happened to them?
I don't know.
Did the doctors fix your feet
Yes.
so that they're not going to hurt as much?
Yeah.
How have you been doing?
Good.
Do you think when it's all done that you're going to be in less pain than you were before?
Yeah.
They're nice and straight now, aren't they?
Yeah.
So time will tell.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's your update?
Yeah.
Do you have any other updates for people?
I don't like wearing cast.
No, that's true. You don't like wearing them because you'd be like to be doing your activities.
Yeah, like swimming.
But overall, it's going well and you're feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
And you got this fancy new bedroom downstairs
Yeah.
and you got your own TV,
Yeah.
which you didn't have a TV in your other bedroom. And you got a hospital bed.
Yeah.
Is it a good setup down here?
I'm thinking a video game.
You want a video game in your room?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Since you've been down here in your new room with your hurt legs, has there been any particular dogs that have been looking after you?
Daisy.
Daisy, and who else?
Sadie.
Yeah, when you first came home, Sadie wouldn't leave you for the first few days, would she?
Yeah.
She stayed with you the whole time to make sure
Yeah.
you were good?
Yeah.
And then last night, Daisy decided to look after you?
Yeah.
They're taking turns?
Yeah.
You were so lucky.
Yeah.
Looks good. I'm gonna get some butter and some syrup.
You're not having fresh done strawberries?
Nope. Yes, knife over.
And whipped cream?
Nope. A little bit of butter.
Thank you for watching and give a thumbs up.